Hello, guys, and welcome to podcast, I think 15. I should have looked up what number this is, but oh well. But this is a special one since we finally have three people here. So I am Andreas Peach, and I am with Lazul and Mr. Patch.
Hello, what's up?
Hello,
Yeah, Mr. Patsy is an Slavic guy.
привет, hello.
Привет, yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of us talking over each other because of the lag between Sweden, Russia, and Mexico. Not Mexico, the US.
Arizona right now, yes.
Yeah, so we're pretty much
Yes.
all over the world.
Yes, the Swedish, the Russian, and the Mexican.
But anyway, so let's start with the first topic, like the insult. I was watching a debate yesterday about insults and all that shit. And what is your takes about insults, Andreas? I think, for example, I'm going to introduce with mine because mine is more fresh. I think that insults are right about one thing, that looks matter in society, right? They do matter, like being beautiful, having a nice face, and all that shit. Like look maxing, like they say, right?
Yeah,
It's very useful, of course. Okay,
yeah. I
being
mean,
beautiful will always fucking matter, always.
yes.
In body and face, more so in face ones. But yeah, but that shit of what is one argument that they do, like if I give it, like for example, they think of women like pets in a way as well, like a Muslim would, like a very fucking hardcore fundamentalist, radical jihadist and shit, right? Would think about women. For example, like if I serve a woman as an spaghetti and shit, like if I give her food and whatnot, they owe me sex and all that shit, and that is not fucking true. Like, will you let yourself get fucked if somebody gave you fucking food and shelter or something like that? Hell no. Like, it fucking depends, right? Like, incels lack. I guess that they are lacking the empathy, right? In a relationship, that they need to be romantic and they need to escalate things towards sex, because that's how it happens in real life. Okay, everything has to scale up. It ain't instant. It is a struggle. It's always a struggle, and it can go
Yeah.
south real quick if you're not careful and all that shit, right?
I kind of agree, my experiences with incels is that incels are the only people I've ever blocked outside of like spam on my YouTube thing.
Because they only talk about one topic.
Yeah,
woman,
because it's
complaining about the woman.
always complaining about women. Like, I don't care about women. I don't care.
If they are not to thee, you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's kind of like. So that is my biggest problem, that their lives are 100% revolves around women. I think there must be some type of like
They live
women
rent-free in their heads,
worshipping,
right?
because
They do, yes.
yeah, and putting women on pedestals, and then feeling
I'm
like
pretty sure, Andreas, that they also simp. You know what I mean? Like they probably simp streamer girls and shit.
I don't know what that is.
Simping is like giving money to them, and just so they say their name on the screen, and that's it. Like, oh my god, you're beautiful, and they give them money, and they are not doing anything, right? Like they are not doing anything productive whatsoever, I guess, and they are just looking pretty for a camera, right? And they are paying for that, and that is simping, right? Like, bro, she's not going to love you, bro. Like, she probably, all of those women, all of the e-girls, okay, the girls on the internet that get popular because they are beautiful and all that, they probably have boyfriends or they are married, and you don't know, right? Because if you knew, their sexual market value, their fucking their viewership will drop a lot. Okay, this is something that happens in K-pop, by the way.
Yeah.
For example, in
I
K-pop,
mean,
they
wait,
don't
I
let.
have to stop you right there. You completely lost me. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Do you know, Patchy?
Okay, okay. No. He probably doesn't know as well. What I'm talking about is that, for example, simps are the kind of guys that donate money to beautiful women on the internet.
Okay.
Just for being beautiful, not doing anything productive, nothing. They don't produce any quality content or anything, like any nuanced opinion, nothing whatsoever. Just for their face, and that's it. Like they are pampering them, spoiling them for no reason. And it's
Well,
not
I mean,
rational.
I assume it's like for sexual
It's not.
gratification.
Yes, of course,
All right.
there is a component of that, but there is no like there is no logical reason behind it. It's not a smart use of money, right? And
I don't know. Like, for me, it's kind of like, if that's what they want to do, if they want to support someone, because
I
of
agree.
their
I
good
agree that they
looks.
want to be stupid. Yes, I agree that they get like for them the sexual gratification might be worth it. Okay,
Okay, yeah.
but this is not true sometimes. Let me tell you why.
All
They
right.
do believe that those women could be interested in them. They do believe that. They do believe in the illusion of romance between the woman in their screen and themselves. They have like that psychological problem or
Ah,
that
all right.
innocence, I guess. They do
Yeah.
believe in that. Let me explain to you why. Because if one e-girl reveals that she's married or she has a boyfriend or whatever, her viewership drops a lot. Why? Because she's no longer this innocent girl that is single and could I could have a chance with her, right? Stuff like that. They think about it in this way, right? And this phenomenon happens a lot in K-pop as well, right? Um, Going back to that side topic really quickly. K-pop artists, if they reveal to the public that they are dating somebody and all that shit, they get less fangirls or fanboys or whatever, right? Depending on their sex and all that. So this affects them as well. So
Yeah.
it's so on the internet, it is a better strategy to say that you are single and pure and all that shit, and then you are dateable and all that because some people do get infatuated uh, with the character that you are. And
Yeah, I mean, it is, it's like girlfriend experience. You're selling a fantasy, and
Mhm.
then if the fantasy gets broken, people leave. So, to
Mhm.
me, that's completely understandable.
Okay, so the majority of simps are people that believe very innocently, like very stupidly, very irrationally in the girlfriend in the online girlfriend fantasy, right? So sometimes though it might be because they like the role. Honestly, for they have the reasons and they want to spend their money on them and they know that they are dating and all that shit. So and they don't care, and that's good, right? If they do it like for those reasons, that's good. If they are expecting to get a date out of it, it's so stupid. I mean, don't get me wrong. It could work maybe like but the chances are extremely low, super low. That a girl picks interest on a simp, right? It could happen. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but also it depends how much viewership that woman has and all that shit. So yeah, like Insta's all right that are right in the topic that attractiveness does help in society, obviously, and it's going to matter more because I think that societies, especially like first world countries, right, developed societies are going to turn more into what happened to South Korea, pretty much. People are going to become more obsessed with social media, with their looks and all that, and it's going to bring a crisis in that way, for better or for worse, I guess. People are going to
Wait,
look
why
better,
would
but
it bring a crisis?
in the sense that people are going to be so narcissistic, right? And they are going to feel ugly, and they are going to turn into they're going to go to facial surgeons, right, to be more beautiful and all that shit. They're going to spend more money on beauty.
Hmm.
And what I mean is like a crisis of their natural selves, right? They're not going to like their natural faces as much, right? Because they cannot compete with the face of this other pretty woman and all of that. Blah, blah, blah. And they're going to start try harding in this sense. I hope they don't take it way too far, right? But it's going to happen regardless. It is already happening, but it's going to get worse, is what I'm saying. Quote unquote worse because it's for better or for worse, right? It depends. Like
Yeah.
people are going to indeed look better, but will it be a natural beauty? Probably not.
Yeah. And I mean, this is topic that's very hard for me to get like invested in because I don't.
Yeah, because you don't care about normie shit, pretty much.
Yeah, that like. Patchy, do you have any opinions on what you just heard? Because I have none. So it's kind of like hard for me to like.
Uh-huh.
For this topic, I'm just a listener.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but as long as it is interesting for you. What else, Mr. Patchy? Do you play GTA? For example, you play a lot of GTA, right?
Yes, I can say in my childhood it was the first game that I played.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I was played GTA San Andreas. It was my first game.
Yeah, that is the only
Mm-hmm.
GTA game I have played as well.
It is the best one. It is the best one. And I saw like in your desktop, right? Do you make skins for the game? Do you make textures and all that? Do you edit anything?
I'm not into modding, but I can
Mhm.
install mods and I show to people on my YouTube channel with mods. For example, I'm playing now Grand Theft Auto 4. I'm
Mhm.
installing mods in this game and
I didn't
I'm
even knew that you
playing.
had a YouTube channel, dude. I'm going to subscribe to you
I'm
just to
doing
give you.
reviews.
Oh, that's cool. In English, right?
What?
Do you do them in English or Russian?
Russian?
You should try doing them in English if you want. It's fine, by the way. Everyone's going to understand you. Maybe with subtitles in Russian, right? Because there are some Russians that do not understand English. So you might want to appeal to them as well.
I took a note.
Okay, thanks. Thank you for taking my advice seriously. So yeah, because your English is not bad, honestly. Like I can understand you, and that is what matters. Don't worry about anything fucking else. Like don't worry about, oh my god, is my accent clear enough? No, no, no. The accent that you have gives you swag. Okay, it gives you style when you talk in English. So it's good to have an accent, kinda, right? It depends, right? But yours is good enough. I like it. Okay, so talk in
Uh,
English, right?
Okay, I have a question. By the way, Andreas,
Yeah.
it is your nickname, all right? Your first game was Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
It was my
So,
first Well, it was the only Grand Theft Auto game I've played. It wasn't the
so,
first game I ever played, but it was the
mhm.
first and only Grand Theft Auto.
So I have a question. Your nickname now, it is from this game?
Ah, no.
Uh, I mean, it's called San Andreas, and you are Andreas Peach.
Yeah.
It's a long story. It's more related to Smash Bros. To Peach, to Princess Peach.
Yeah. Because
Here,
my
tell,
name is
tell him
Andreas.
the story. Yeah.
And then, well, the nickname Peach, the way I spell it, comes from Smash Bros. But I used to be called Sweet, söt som en persika in Swedish, which means sweet as
Whatever
a
the hell that means.
peach.
Okay.
Yes,
So
I
people
know
used to say,
Peach.
call me that. Like, you're
Mhm.
sweet as a peach. When I was very young. And
But
then
mhm.
the Super Mario Melee, I only and Brawl.
For Smash Bros. Melee, yes.
Yeah, I
The
used to
best
only
Smash,
play
by the way.
Peach because of my nickname. And then I added my name and my preferred character Peach to Andreas Peach. And then I think I misspelled it sometime and I put the H before the C. And then that's how it became Andreas Peach.
Yeah, that's so fucking cool. Your main, right? Pretty much your main in Smash.
Yeah.
So
You used to hate Peach, that you called yourself like that. You used to hate this Peach.
No. I,
who hated that? You hated a guy that had that name, or what?
no.
What do you mean
I'm just
precisely?
saying. I'm just saying.
I'm not sure what you meant, but yeah,
No,
whatever.
I mean,
I've never hated it.
No. It's because he played the character Peach in Smash Bros. Melee and Brawl, and that is a very strong character in those games. It's like the princess that appears in Mario Bros. That's his story. She played as that character because it was strong and she liked the moveset, right?
I mean, I played Peach because I just like how she looks. That's pretty much the
Yeah,
reason.
she also has mommy energy, right? Like fucking, she's waifu material.
Well,
I guess.
I wouldn't really classify like Peach as having like a character, at least back then for me. It was pretty much just visual because the three characters I play in Smash Brothers, it's like Peach, Bowser, and Ganondorf. I kind of like the three that I play.
Okay, Ganondorf is pretty cool, but he almost always sucks because he's too slow.
Yeah.
And as much as a game about being all about rush down, right? Has always been about speed and all that crap.
Yeah, but I never played like in a serious environment. It was mostly just friends. And a lot of it was because the school I went to used to have, there was like a games room. And they had like a Sega Genesis and
Oh,
a
that is interesting.
GameCube that people could play on.
I seen that in Sweden. People like Smash a lot. Actually, Melee is still alive because of Leffen and William Halti, right? Like
I have no
his
idea.
last name last name is Hero, right? Hilte, or how do you say hero in Swedish?
Hjälte.
Hilte, yeah. That stuff. Like William Hilte is a Swedish guy. He's a Eurasian, right? He's Korean mixed with Swedish, and another guy that is called Armada, like an army, right? Like an armada, and And he mains Peach actually in Melee, and he's the best player with Peach in the world.
No,
And he also mained Fox in Melee, and he was the top player for a long time in Melee. He dominated. Okay, this Swedish guy, and everyone called him the Swedish sniper and the Swedish menace and all that shit because he came to America to conquer them and shit.
alright, maybe I'll check it out.
He was dominating in tournaments like super fucking hard. And this guy William Helte left him. He's still extremely good with Fox. He's one of the best Foxes, if not the best Fox in Melee right now. And as you know, Fox is one of the best characters in the game. Fox, Jigglypuff, and Mart. Who do you think that I main in this match? By the way,
I mean,
have I told you?
I would guess like Fox, Falco,
No.
or
What vibe do I have? Do I have a vibe of a fucking spacey main? Hell no. Dude.
I don't know. I mean, it was like, God.
It has to do with my vibe, Andres. Like kind of my vibe, and I main.
Is it
that
Link?
character. No, but almost. You're super fucking close.
Toon Link?
No.
Young Link?
It's- No, hell no. I mean Mart. Dude.
Oh, Mars. Oh, yeah, Fire
It's
Emblem.
obviously-
I mean, there's
Fire
like
Emblem Mart.
3,000 of those characters now, so it's kind of like, oh god.
Yeah. No. And in the last match in the Ultimate, I main Sephiroth and also Lucina and who else? Like Wolf. I like Wolf a lot. He has a very well-rounded moveset for a lot of fucking situations. So yeah. And in Brawl, I main it Meta Knight and Mart. So yeah, that's how we talked about this match. It was not in the topics, but yeah.
Yeah. Have you played Smash, Patchy?
I don't think so. Like, is that game even popular in Russia? I never heard of a Smash scene in Russia ever in my life. I know that stuff like CS:GO is very popular in Russia. Am I wrong? CS:GO and Dota 2.
Yeah.
For some reason, Dota 2 is popular.
I
And
mean,
League of
I'm
Legends.
I'm not playing Dota and CS:GO. CS:GO I hate personally.
Okay, you will get very good at first-person shooters if you play those games. So, extremely fucking good. Actually, Russians have a joke. Europeans in general, they have a joke about the Americans that they don't have aim in shooters. They call it NA aim, North American aim, because it's fucking awful. The aim of Americans, they cannot keep it straight and shit or whatever the fuck, right? And the Europeans are like they are more precise with their shots in shooting games, right? So
Personally,
maybe
I don't know.
personally, I'm playing the games with a plot.
yeah, with the story, single players and that
Yes,
shit.
single player.
Yeah, me too.
But you only hold up, Patrick. But you only play GTA's and that's it. You don't like
No, for now, I'm playing other games, not only GTA. GTA it was the first to me. Normally, I'm not playing that much. Normally, I don't play normally.
Actually, I can see in your channel which games you play. Hold up, I'm going to.
Yeah,
go
but like,
snoop
what
into-
games are you currently playing, Patchy?
For now,
Just
I'm
play-
playing Grand Theft Auto and Stalker on my YouTube channel.
Ooh, the Stalker is so fucking good, dude.
What was the
Stalker is
first game you
so
said?
fucking good.
Stalker and...
Stalker, yeah.
Grand Theft Auto, he said.
Oh, okay.
GTA is 5, pretty much, which is good for role playing. Actually, it gets a lot of views in Twitch and all that shit. If you had like the like a really good voice acting, and you can act a character and make a whole fucking parody of the whole fucking thing. For example, you can choose a black character. I always do this in those kind of games. I pick a black character and I act like a gangster and shit, and I say like racist shit and whatnot. It's funny to me, okay? And people laugh, by the way. They laugh with me, the other players and shit. And you can do that in GTA RP servers, right? Role playing servers in GTA. So he's playing Stalker. I have played Stalker, Patchy. I have played I believe it was not Shadow of Chernobyl. It was the other one where you play as Dimitri, some sergeant general or something. Let me look it up. Let me look it up real fucking quickly. Stalker games. I will tell you precisely which one is the one. Call of Pripyat. It's the one where you already have a fucking pre-made card. Stalker 2, probably that shit is not coming out any fucking time soon. because they are developing that shit in Ukraine. So
Yeah, I've never played a Stalker game. Is it like the game I used to play? What's it called? That I did a let's play of it. That was also, about being in the subway.
it has that aesthetic. It has that aesthetic, like Metro. Yes,
Yeah, oh yeah,
Metro,
Metro.
Metro Redux or whatever the fuck. It has that aesthetic of dark Russian industrial society, right? And you are like in very brutalist buildings that are made of concrete and all that shit and all that. It's beautiful in some way. I find that shit sublime, right? And yeah, it is about that. That's just talking, I think. That's are you saying something, or it's just echo?
By the way, the Stalker 2 is coming up in May 30 or
Ah,
31. It is
okay,
coming up. Coming
okay,
up.
okay,
The
okay. That
new
is interesting.
Stalker. The
I,
new
I
Stalker.
I'm going to pirate it because it's probably not it's probably not going to come out in Russia because I believe that they are mad. The Ukrainians are still mad at Russia, blah blah blah, blah for political reasons and all that shit. So they are not going to sell it in Russia. But you will probably be able to pirate it. You will be able to pirate it. So don't worry. And I'm going to pirate it as well, honestly, because I know that those games are really good with mods. They are like Fallout. They are pretty much like Fallout. They are like an engine. So yeah, it's really good, Andreas. By the way, I love Stalker because in Call of Pripyat, which is the one that I played, there is like emissions. They are called, and sometimes like there is like anomalies because of radioactivity and all that shit. Like the radioactivity of Stalker is more sci-fi. Like weird phenomenons are happening in that in Chernobyl, right? Because of the radiation and all that shit. And one thing that happens is that sometimes a nuke, like a recap, like a time traveled version of a nuke, happens in the game, like a fucking nuclear explosion, and you have to take cover for some weird reason and shit. And it's really good because there is like an alarm, like "Woo," like a nuclear alarm going on, and you have to fucking run the fuck out really fucking far, take cover, and you have to take cover in a place that is properly sheltered, by the way, for nuclear explosions and shit like that. It cannot be like in any place in the surface. You need to get into a hole or something like that, right? Something underground.
That can
And
withstand the blast.
yeah, and every other NPC does the same. Every other NPC starts walking towards the safe zone and all that shit. It's very interesting, the world of Stalker. And everyone in Stalker is male. There's no woman in that game and shit because no woman go to this zone, they call it, the zone with the mutants and the radioactive people and all that shit, because in the lore it's very brutal, right? And they wouldn't make it and all that shit. I think that there's going to be woman possibly in the Stalker 2. It's possible, right?
Perhaps in Stalker 2 a woman will be there. I
Yeah, no, yeah.
think they will be there.
Yeah, because and it makes sense because there's more girl gamers now, especially in Russia, right? That likes
Even
the shooters.
for what I know, even LGBT will be in there. I was
I
watching
hope
news,
I
so
hope
it's
not.
fucked up.
I hope not because that shit is so fucking forced. That shit is so in Horn's Legacy as well, by the way. And in the lore, I already talked about this with Andreas. It doesn't matter really. It doesn't matter. It's like a fucking nitpick and shit, right? Because they are allowing people. It's a single player game. Okay, they're not
Yeah.
playing online and all that shit. They don't have to be consistent with the lore. But I found it so cringe how you can choose your in Hogwarts Legacy you can choose your fucking which room do you want to sleep in, witch's room or wizard's room, male or female, right? And in the lore of Harry Potter, Godric Gryffindor, the guy who made the Gryffindor team in Harry Potter, put a spell on the stairs of the girls because there was peeping Tom perverted male students that were going
Yeah.
into the women's sleeping rooms, right, to spy on them and shit. He put a spell so it becomes a slide. The stairs becomes a slide, and they cannot go into there.
Which, I mean, makes
That
sense, like, you force a bunch of kids, especially if they're in, like, the teenage years with the hormones.
Yeah, precisely. So that is in the lore of Harry Potter. Men cannot be in the witch's dorm, but in this game they're going to be allowed to, right? Because of representation and blah blah blah, and American politics, pretty much. Nobody outside of that fucking world gives a fuck about that shit. Only Americans. But yeah, it is how it is, right?
Yeah, and to me, like we said during our reaction, like, I don't really care.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, I would like to be that. Like, be as long as
Yeah,
your
you want to
player
be.
character is the only male in the female dormitory,
Yeah,
that's
you want a
fine.
fucking harem. You want a
Yeah, I
fucking
want a harem,
yeah.
but that also allows it for the people who want it to be,
That is true. Yeah, like I
accurate.
told you.
It can become accurate because you yourself have to make the choice to make it inaccurate.
No, but your argument is good. Your overall argument is good because it is a single player game. I don't give a fuck. Okay, it's not in the lore of Harry Potter, but no, what I mean. It do be like that, right?
Yeah.
It's American culture. Also, speaking of American culture, like 2 weeks ago or so, I was watching his Dark Materials in what do you call that shit? Like in Amazon Prime or whatever the fuck, where they have like shows and shit.
Yeah.
And holy shit, I have never watched a series or TV or whatever the fuck in so much fucking time, right? In more than 5 years, easily. So I was impressed to see how much fucking forced diversity it is, honestly. Like American culture is so fucking forced, dude. Like there was a lot of black characters in that series, and none of those characters are actually black in the books, right? All of them are white, actually.
In
Uh,
what series?
his Dark Materials, which is based on Golden Compass, the one of the polar bear with the golden armor.
Oh,
Do you
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that movie? Okay,
Yes.
so I was very interested in that story because it's about it's a
Is
more
there a show
scientific
about
take.
that?
There is a show about that.
Is it new
Yes,
or okay?
it is kind of new. Yeah, it is kind of new, and I didn't like the first diversity. It's I find it cringe. Like I'm noticing too much. I didn't watch series in more than 5 years, and to notice that I'm like holy shit. Like it's true that fucking TV is trying to be quote unquote politically correct, right? In every fucking like in every fucking sense of the word, right? They're forcing it too much, right? And I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I do
Um,
agree that I think it's
actually,
like a bit
some
like
black
cringe-inducing when they
some black
race
people do
swap.
some black people complain about that. By the way, I
Well,
have
of
watched some
course.
black
I
people
mean,
that say that is fucking stupid as well. Because, for example, they watch a series about Achilles and they make Achilles black, right?
yeah,
And black people, some YouTubers have said that shit is fucking insulting because they are fucking insulting the fucking intelligence, right, of themselves and other fucking audiences, right? Whatever race they might be, they don't give a fuck about that shit. They just want a historical series, right? Like TV series to be represented accurately. That's it.
and also, I mean, I will say that I don't really care what some random black people think, even if they say like, "Oh, this is bad." Like, I don't care, like because to me it's kind of like, all right, they made Achilles black. I mean, I do think race swapping is stupid, but I mean, if it is just like a stupid show.
No. But for example, it happened with the show Belma as well. They race swapped Belma into a black girl as well, and that fucking show got a really low rating. So I'm going to ask you, Andreas, what do you think of people choosing to not fucking watch because they race swap people because they are doing forced diversity and people are sick of it?
Yeah,
That is
sure.
my like.
If that sounds like
Mhm,
I'm not gonna watch it because of that, I think that's absolutely fine. It's just
mhm,
entertainment at the end. I don't
mhm.
think you should feel what's it
But
called
but but here's
compelled
the
to watch something.
Yeah, exactly. And if you
Like,
want to fucking cost them money even and shit like that, cancel your fucking Netflix subscription and all that. So it fucking hurts them and shit, right? If you want to
yeah.
go like the extra mile, okay? If
I
you
mean,
want,
if
you
it
are
fe-
you
if
are
you
the
feel
consumer. You're the
like
fucking consumer. Yeah.
yeah, because if you feel like man, you know what, this right here has made it so that I do not don't want to support the company, then don't support the
Mhm.
company. To me, at the end of the
More people
day,
should do that. Yeah. But here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing,
maybe it's
Andres.
because I'm not a
Uh,
fan of anything. Like I'm not a fan of anything. I don't really care about, like being part of groups. I care way more about individuals than groups. For example, when people say like, I don't know, I think I mentioned this story. Like, my mom and I,
mhm,
we were gonna go buy ice cream. This was like probably like 2 years ago. I think I uploaded a picture about this.
mhm,
Um, and there was some American lady
mhm.
screaming at people because there was an ice cream called 88 here in Sweden. It was right next to an ice cream called Nogger. And I didn't know like what are they screaming about? Why are you screaming about this? Because and I started learning about like apparently 88 is like some Nazi stuff. But I mean,
Yeah, supposedly it means HH, right? In the abecedary, right? In the ABC. It's the eighth letter is the H, so HH means Hail Hitler and shit. So oh my god,
yeah.
it
So
means
this
that shit.
American lady is kind of like I think
It's
she
so
has
stupid.
like
It's so fucking stupid.
she
It's
sees
stupid.
that stuff everywhere. So now she's here in
Hmm.
Sweden on a vacation, and she
She's
sees an
ideologically possessed, right?
yeah. And it's kind of
In a
like to
way.
me, it feels a bit like that. You're so ingrained that you have to be outraged about something, and because she's like such an ally, she's
She's so ingrained in dumbass fucking ideology, culture wars and shit that yeah. She's seeing like Nazi shit
that's
everywhere,
actually a
which
really
makes no
good
sense.
word. Yeah, culture war. That is exactly how I would call it.
It doesn't even exist. Okay, it's all in her head, right? It's all ideology.
Yeah,
She's just seeing whatever the fuck his mental illness is making her see, right? So yeah, like she cannot take things like simply anymore, like in a normal way. She became fucking possessed by fucking ideology.
yeah, and
It's
you
what
need to
it's fucking
see.
stupid. It is stupid, yeah. It is stupid shit that happens with Americans sometimes.
While to me, it's kind of like, yeah, sure. You guys mentioned like maybe LGBT in Stalker. Like, is it because they want to do that
It
representation, or
is
is
to.
it just
I doubt it.
something they want
Like,
to do?
bro,
Maybe like
bro.
incompetence, who knows? Like to me,
I
I don't know. Like,
Uh, let you speak. I'm interested
oh yeah,
in what is you want to say.
I think LGBT in Stalker 2 it is profitable for developers.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, because they are going to sell to the American audience, and for example, all the California and San Francisco people, they are more interested in the LGBT shit, right? So in Arizona, not so much, by the way. I tell you because I know the people here.
yeah. But
Um,
I don't think I agree with you guys because maybe because of the people I'm around and that. But I really think that is maybe also because Swedish culture, like we are very open. So something having
yeah,
LGBT representation isn't really like it means
no,
nothing.
yeah, Andreas, we know like Sweden is very similar to America in culture,
That's why I mean
by the way.
like I don't think it would increase any sales by itself because it's kind of like all right, it contains gay people. Like
No, no, no.
I
Hold up,
see gay
Andreas.
people like
We
every
don't know
day.
if it even contains gay people. We don't know.
Yeah, but
We know that we
I
know
mean,
that
the
it's going to
assumption
contain.
is that, let's say,
Uh-huh,
if it just contains, it will increase
uh-huh.
sales because it contains it. And my point is that I don't really see that happening because I don't really feel like people would go out of the way to buy something just because there is representation of something in it.
There must be some people like that, yeah, but there must be not that many.
Yeah.
That is my take. Because, for
So,
example, the Last of Us had homosexual relationships and all that shit, right? And there was people that did went out of their way because of that. And also on Steam, by the way, Andreas, because you can have tags in games, right? So
yeah,
some people can search for that. They can search, or for example, in Pride by the way, they promoted a lot of games in Pride um, about games that have homosexual relationships. I don't know if you remember,
I don't think
but
I've
yeah,
ever seen that. So, I
there,
don't
there
know.
there is people there is some people. There must be there. I don't think that it is that many, but they do look for that. They do look
Yes.
precisely for that.
But then does it make sense to do it just because four people might buy it? You know,
I'm not sure.
I
I'm not sure
think
that
it is more
that's a
along the
mystery.
lines of
A fucking
not.
mystery.
I think it makes sense that
But I agree
there
with
would be
Patchy
some gay
that
people in wherever Stalker takes place.
but here's the thing. I do agree with Patchy that the motivation must be profit. It's almost it's a company, it's a corporation, etc. Like it's the most logical answer, right? But I'm not sure. I'm just guessing here. I'm speculating.
Like one NPC is gay, maybe some background character is gay or whatever. It
When
really,
characters
I mean,
gay and shit like
real
that and
life is like
minorities.
that.
No, yeah, no, I agree. But I don't like when it's forced or when the character is not well written. I hate that shit personally. Because for example, I don't know, if a character is just gay because it has to be like, oh, by the way, this character is gay. Like at the end, they tell you just for representation, right? And you
I
never knew.
agree.
You don't fucking notice. I think it's cringe. Like
Yeah, I
if it's
agree.
not
Bad
adding,
characters
if
are
it's
bad, and
if it's not, if
often,
it's uh-huh,
often they make. Well, I wouldn't say they make gay characters bad, but I think they're like, we have a gay character, so we don't need to spend as much time making them good.
uh-huh,
While a non-LG, well, when I say gay, I don't mean just homosexuals. I mean all of the LGBT, blah blah blah. I think we can all agree on that. Uh, and that they maybe oftentimes have less chance of being a good character because of,
yeah,
I guess,
that is,
writing being like, you know what, that's enough. Their character is that they are gay.
sometimes it happens with
While a
black
straight
characters as well
character, you
and stuff
never
like that.
really have their personality be, their personality is they're straight. No.
Yeah, precisely.
It's not like a
Precisely.
personality type. It's just a sexuality. While, you know, if you have like a gay character, sometimes you go, you know what, that's good enough. We don't need to do anything more than being gay.
Yeah, and that is lazy. That is very lazy writing.
Yes. But I think that is more along the lines of just it being a bad character. Right?
No, yeah, of course. This is what we're talking about. Yes, that's the point, actually. Mr. Patchy, do you have anything to add?
Me personally, I'm okay with gay people. It's their life choice.
No. Yes,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, of
But
course.
we mean when in writing, dude. We mean like when they are forced when it's forced diversity and stuff like that. When the character is not like well developed and all that shit.
Yeah,
And
and
I'm saying that
also,
I have a problem with that happens.
yeah,
It's
and
so
also
stupid and
like
boring
what
and
is
blah blah.
considered forced diversity, because when I heard you guys talk about the stalker thing,
When
like I'll be
when I
honest, I've
say
never
forced
played any stalker games, and you guys mentioning stalker now is probably the first time I've ever heard of stalker.
maybe you should get into them, Andreas. If
Yeah,
you, I don't know.
but the way I heard you guys react to the LGBT, it sounded more along the lines of like, oh god, LGBT, that means
Ah,
it is forced.
no, not always. No, I know that that is not always the case. For example, there's a gay character that I like a lot in Persona 4 that is called Kanji, and I'm telling you, like, the Japanese know how to write gay characters because they don't make it all about the, oh my god, the identity. That it's not like, oh, he's gay and that's how his personality trait. It's so stupid, right? No, instead it's a fucking guy that is struggling with fucking with sex expectations, right? With the fucking gender expectations. You are a man, you got to man up and all that shit. But this character Kanji, he likes to fucking knit, right? He likes knitting and shit. He likes like a quote unquote womanly uh, pastime, right? Like a hobby. And he likes to repair clothings and shit. He likes tailoring and all that shit. So he has like a crisis with this shit, right? Like how society sees him and how he sees himself. And there's nothing wrong with being like that. And you help this character grow, right? Like accept that well, he fucking likes this, he likes pretty things and he can still be a man. There's nothing wrong with that shit, right? And that is what this character is about. And that shit is it's a really good plot point. It's a really good character to explore, right? It's a really good storyline for the character. But when Americans write a character, like for example, when freaking Abby from The Last of Us is a lesbian and has that fucking scene where she smokes weed with another girl and she makes out and all that shit. That shit is so fucking forced and badly delivered that I didn't like that I didn't like it. You probably don't know what I'm talking about exactly
No, I don't.
because yeah, well, I didn't like The Last of Us. Does the fucking The Last of Us and all that series of games.
Okay,
I'm
yes, all
like
right.
it's really bad. Fucking sucks. Okay, that is bad writing. I think that it's overrated as fuck. That shit. And I think that American writers do put their politics forcibly on fiction a lot of times, and I don't like that.
I mean, I would
And that's
agree.
it.
I would agree with that.
And the Japanese way of writing those kind of characters is much fucking better than the American way. That's what I'm saying. Like it's way too politicized. Sorry, when it comes from the Americans. That's my criticism. Anyway, so Patchy, you were saying that maybe at one point in your life you get into Fallout, right? I would recommend you to play Fallout 4 first because it's the most casual shooter like experience. Okay, the gunplay in that game is really fucking good. It's the best one out of all the Fallouts.
About
Uh,
Fallout, I will say in gameplay, I think it's similar like Stalker.
it is similar to
But,
Stalker, yes. Yes.
but I can't say no more about Fallout because I never played this
Hmm.
game.
That's why I'm recommending you. If you see Fallout 4 on sale, buy it because it is a really good game with mods. Okay, without mods, it's not that good. Andreas already told me why, and I agree with him. He says that the gunplay is the best out of all the Fallouts, and and a criticism that he makes is that it's a good game in its own, but it is a bad Fallout game.
Yes.
What he means by that, I think, is that the role playing aspect is not as fully developed as in Fallout New Vegas, for example, or previous titles, right? That's what you mean,
Correct.
right? Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
About
And I
Fallout, I have Fallout 3 in my Epic Games store.
yeah, they
I
get it.
can
Yeah.
play it. I have opportunity.
Okay. Well, Fallout 3, the writing is not that good, but you can mod it. You can mod the game, and the game is fun. Fallout 3 is a fun game. It's just like in retrospective, it's not that good
Uh,
as the other ones.
I don't know, like to me, Fallout 3 it started out well, but I think it was more along the lines of, for me, you were like, oh man, it was a long time since I played Fallout. And going into Fallout 3, it was like, man, I love Fallout, like, but the more I played of Fallout 3, the more it drained me of my life. The more it felt like, man, I'm just slogging through this. I'm not enjoying it. And I think the last probably 4 or 5 episodes of my Let's Play, you could probably tell that I wasn't really enjoying myself.
Yeah.
And if I weren't doing a Let's Play, I probably would have quit playing Fallout 3.
By
I
the
would say Fallout 3 misses the
Mhm.
special thing that New Vegas has, which is character. It misses just that oomph that it needs.
It misses the factions that it can go in so many fucking ways. It makes you fucking think about how you're affecting the world that you are inhabiting, right? That you're living in the game. And that immerses you into the world a lot. The choices in New Vegas matter a fuckload. And in Fallout 3, there are only two fucking choices: be stupidly fucking evil, like cartoonishly fucking evil, and good, and that's it. That's all you can do in Fallout 3. There are some things there are some uh, places that do have moral dilemmas though. For example, the cannibal place. What did you did with them? Did you ended up killing the cannibals, or
Um,
or did you?
no, I think I just ended up leaving.
Okay. Because yeah, you can choose to kill them, right? Because they are going to keep that cannibal business going on and shit. Or and they are going to teach to the kids as well. Or you can fucking kill the parents and leave them to be taken care of by the grandpa, right? Which is saying the grandpa is not a cannibal. He's the only one that is not a cannibal from that town and shit. And and other places like that. One thing that I didn't like from Fallout 3 is what I already told you about Dr. Brown. That in that bout, it was 112, right? In the virtual reality pods and all that shit. The
Yeah.
good karma option is to kill everyone, dude. You kill every fucking inhabitant of that whole vault, and you get good karma for it, and then you can leave and shit. And your father doesn't give a fuck about it. They don't even shoot your father, by the way. That shit was programmed to kill everyone in the vault. But for some reason, it didn't kill Emmett Brown, and it didn't kill your father or yourself. It's you have plot armor, right? And it's really fucking weird. When I replay Fallout 3, I'm going to install a mod to be able to overcome that situation, right? With good karma, like in a real way. I just want to kill the doctor and leave everyone alive, right? Inside the virtual world and shit. Because the people living in the virtual world, sure, it can be like a sort of torture, right? Because they are living forever and they never accepted this. They never consented to that. But they are having a good time, you know what I mean? Because when you check their stress levels and shit in the computers, they are actually, well, except one character, except that the old lady that tells you that everything is virtual and everything is fake, right? That she's self-aware that her skin doesn't feel real and all that shit. But everyone else is having a good time. Yeah, they are going on with the illusion. So I'm going to keep them alive, and I'm going to kill the Emmett Brown, and that's it. Because those vault dwellers have they're like Mr. House. They've been living for more than 200 years and shit. So if
I, li-
they
I like Emmett Brown. It's a great character, and I love this actor who is playing Emmett Brown.
really like the no wait. You probably think it's the guy from Back to the Future, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm probably confusing them. Yeah. I just it just clicked. By the way, no, yeah, I agree. I agree. In Back to the Future, this actor is really fucking good. I agree. I agree with you,
I've never
Patrick.
seen that movie, Back to the Future.
It's one of the best comedy movies that I have watched in my life. By the way, maybe you should watch it if you
This
have time.
movie is legend.
Yeah,
Legend.
it's fucking legendary. It's pretty fucking good. I'm talking about another Emmett Brown, by the way, Patrick. There is like a Dr. Brown in Fallout 3 that is an evil scientist and shit that traps everyone in a virtual world. I don't know if you watched the Let's Play of Andreas, but in one path, in one part, he goes to that vault and does that quest and all that shit. It's part of the main quest of the game. Uh, so yeah. No, okay, no. I was confusing the names. He's not called Emmett Brown in the game.
Is it like Doc
It's
Brown or something?
it's Stalanius Brown. But yeah, they call him Dr. Brown. It's just similar. It's a coincidence that I got them confused. But anyway, so yeah, Mr. Patchy, if you play a Fallout game, I will recommend you. You can start with Fallout 3. You already have it for free, or you can have good taste and you can pick up New Vegas, which is fucking incredibly fucking good. Or you can buy on sale Fallout 4 and put mods into it, because Fallout 4 with mods, it's fucking incredible. You have the leans. You can lean to left and right with the Q and the E, right? Like in Stalker, with mods, right?
I will
And
play. I will play Fallout 4 then, because you
yeah,
said to me that it was a great game to
it was a
begin with.
yes. It has the best shooting. The shooting is the most similar to Stalker that you're going to get, because actually Stalker has pretty decent shooting mechanics. I think they are better than Fallout's at
I
least.
mean, I would say Fallout 4 is the only Fallout game with good. Like the other, even New Vegas. New Vegas and Fallout 3 was pretty similar in their shooting mechanics. And they're not
Yeah,
good. They're like
they were
passable.
buggy.
They're
They were kind
passable.
of buggy. Yeah.
But Fallout 4 is the only one with good shooting and stuff like that.
Do you know what my problem with Fallout 4 is? Without mods, by the way, like vanilla, is that you start way too fucking powerful, dude. They give you a power armor and a fucking minigun, dude. Extremely fucking early. Like they were not kidding that 20 minutes in or 15 minutes even, right? They give you like already like a kind of end game gear, right? And you can fucking smash fucking everyone in the first area, because everyone is fucking level 1 raiders and shit. You will fucking blow them to fucking pieces, right? You will blow them the fuck up. And also the other thing, they don't only give you one weapon that is powerful as fuck as the minigun. They also give you like the laser musket, right? Do you remember that weapon? The one where you
Yeah.
have to crank the
Yeah, it
laser.
has like low. Like it's. Yeah, it does a lot of
That weapon,
damage, but it has a low fire rate.
yeah, but it's extremely fucking. It is the one of the best snipers in the game, actually, because I don't know if you know, but every crank that you do to that weapon, you are adding the damage. Uh, you waste twice the ammunition, but it counts like as a double hit. It's like you're doing double damage, triple damage. Then you can fucking upgrade the weapon and do like 6 cranks, and you can have the base damage by 6 times and shit.
Yeah.
6 cranks, yeah, it's one of the best fucking snipers in the game. You have to do the math, and it deals like fucking 200 with one shot and shit, and which is a lot in Fallout terms.
But I don't mind. Like, I'm gonna go back to the power armor thing. I don't mind it because in Fallout 4, you need batteries for the power armor. And I remember the battery running out on that first one very, very quickly. So, I don't know, like, if to me it doesn't matter, it's more along the lines of like getting you like a taste and maybe like a bit of like a tutorial thing on how to use power armor, because it isn't like Fallout 3 or New Vegas. But I don't think I ever used the power armor in New Vegas, but in Fallout 3 where is basically just like a normal outfit,
Yeah,
but
precisely. It
just very
sucks.
good.
Mhm.
While in Fallout 4, it is an actual powered armor. You have to walk into
Yeah,
it.
I love
It
it. Yeah, I
drains
fucking love it.
batteries. It changes your HUD.
It feels like you are inside of the fucking tank. I love
Yeah.
it. I fucking love that shit.
Lazuli, you told me that in Fallout 4 the plot and gameplay is better than in Fallout 3.
Yes, yeah, and it's because it's about post-humanism. It's about seeing synthetic humans and shit. Like there is the villains of that game. They're called the Institute, and they're like a secret shadow government that is actually based on conspiracy theories about America. Actually, it clicks now that I think of it, because they are like a shadow government that is replacing humans that are alive in the surface with robots that look exactly like them, and they think exactly like them, but they are not them, right? They are robots actually. So they are like they kill a real human, then they replace him with a robot that looks exactly like them, and things like seem extremely fucking similar to them, so they can gain more influence in the outside world and shit in this fucking way. They are looking to replace humanity with synthetic robots that look like that, right? So it's about posthumanism. But I think that I disagree with the mission of the institute, because I do agree with posthumanism, but only at the end of the lifespan of humanity, because I think it's irrational to do it before. In Fallout, humanity is still fertile, right? They can still reproduce, and they can keep up popping more generations, right? And the problem is that the institute is attempting too early to replace humanity with robots. If humanity is still fertile, that is a stupid thing
Was
to do.
that their goal? Because I kind of remember.
That was their goal. That was yes, it is.
Okay.
It's fucking stupid. It's like the master in Fallout One. The master in Fallout One is making the super mutant army, right?
No, I don't
And
remember.
no,
Um,
you never played Fallout One actually.
I
So I'm
don't. I
explaining it to
don't
you.
know if it was. Yeah. Like.
They mention him in Fallout New Vegas.
Uh,
Marcus, the super mutant Marcus, mentions the master, because it's part of the lore, right? So he was trying to make super mutants, because super mutants can survive the environment, the radioactive environment of Fallout better, which is true. They are the master race, pretty much. But the problem with super mutants is that they are infertile. They lose their sex organs, and they lose their fertility, and they cannot pop out new generations. Therefore, you can talk to the master, and you can convince him that his plan is fucking futile. He has no long-term future, because eventually the super mutants, even if they have a super long fucking lifespan, they are going to fucking go extinct and die. And that's true.
Yeah. And even
Uh,
if they could live forever, they cannot replace the numbers that they lose as things die.
yeah.
So.
If they get killed by a fucking red scorpion or a death claw or something, yeah, that's a problem. And they need to fucking kidnap humans to make more super mutants every single fucking time and shit. But with the institute, you cannot do that. That is a really shitty writing, in my opinion. You cannot convince Father, the villain, right? Like the main antagonist of Fallout 4. You cannot talk with him and convince him that with my argument, right? You cannot tell him that his posthumanism fucking project is stupid at the time, because it makes no sense to do it with a humanity that is still reproducible. It's still fertile, all that shit. Because I do agree with posthumanism. It's just at the end. And in Fallout, that end did not happen. It's really fucked up. Sure, humanity's in a really fucked up situation, but they're still fucking surviving. They're still making it, right? So let them be, right? You don't have to fucking kill them and replace them with fucking synths and shit to preserve our DNA in some fucking way, right? Which is so fucking stupid. Because what the institute wants is like to have like a picture of humanity, an immortal one, right? Because there will be like robots that can self-repair and shit. But it's fake. It's fake. It's not fertile either. Robots cannot reproduce and shit. So it's a waste of time.
Unless the robots obviously can learn how to create new robots.
More robots. They can actually. They are very extremely fucking similar to humans, but it's still like that is, as a species, as humanity, you want to survive. I think that a lot of morality, actually, a lot of human morality comes from survival. That is like the
Yes.
naturalist explanation for morality, in my opinion. For example, why you shouldn't kill because you are fucking reducing the numbers in your tribe of fertile people, and they can fucking pop out new generations and all that shit. All that. You
Yeah,
are fucking
and
destroying
also it means
the
like,
long term survival
yeah,
of
it
the
also means that
species.
you could die.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. You have one less teammate and shit. Or, for example, why in some situations it is justified to kill a fucking psychopath that has no fucking repair because he's fucking costing us fucking human lives, dude. Like, and there you can fucking justify it, right? Even though if killing is a quote unquote immoral act, right? I think that is based on human survival. Now, the religious theory, which Mr. Peahc must have a religious theory because he's a religious person, which is fine. I respect the religious take a lot as well. They think that morals come from God, right? And they think as God as this bastion of logic and rationality, right? This God is basically for religious people perfect reason, right? That is what they mean by God and shit. That is what they mean by heaven. It's like it's a perfect order because humans can be aware about what is rational order, right? And yet humans don't act perfectly rationally. That's the thing, and that's where the religious theory comes from. It's from that rationality. It comes from philosophy and all those things.
I mean, what do you think, Patchy? Like,
I think that I'm more into psychology.
Well, he probably understood what I tried to say because it's very complex. I'm sorry if I confused people a lot with my statement, but it's a really deep statement.
No,
It's very
you're
deep.
not you're not confusing me.
Uh-huh. Because I think that the religious theory it's based on rationality, it's based on reason. But I think that at its core, the human must make morality based upon survival. I think that it's survival. I'm pretty sure it's survival. That is my theory. I'm not completely sure, right? I could be wrong, and it could be God and all that shit. You know what I mean? It could be, but the chances for that, I think that they are very low, but it's possible.
I
That
will
is my
say I will say that God gave me confidence.
yeah, like your consciousness. You mean? By the way, Patchy, do you think that consciousness has like a holy property to it? Like, do you think that it's divine to be conscious and to be this rational and this intelligent? Because some religious people do think that that is the case. That
Probably.
mind, that mind is something. Yeah, they do think that mind, that being conscious, aware, and everything is it's like something divine. It's something that connects you with God and all that. It's very interesting, actually. I find that theory interesting. But yeah. Anyway, what I was going to say, like, but in Fallout 3, also these arguments of consciousness, they do get explored, right? Because, for example, the robots, they're so extremely conscious. They're so extremely self-aware, and they have so much fucking self-agency that some people, some humans, do bestow humanity upon them. They do call them human, right? Because they feel human, but they are robots, right? Personally, I think that the robots in Fallout they are not human. Just say it straight up as it is. Yes, I think that consciousness is very important, very interesting, and I think that type of consciousness in an AI is possible in real life in this fucking world in reality. I think that shit is possible. You can give a robot self agency.
yeah, I mean, they will never be human because human is a very specific thing. Like, we
No,
are
yeah.
all humans, but
When we talk about humans, I think that you talk about the biological object, right?
yes,
Like the animal. That's it, the Homo
yes,
sapiens, and that's it. Definitely. So a synth wouldn't be a human because it is not that object.
yeah.
It doesn't have those organisms. They don't act like it, and it doesn't work the same way.
You could
That's why
argue
it's not a
that it
human.
is a
But is the
conscious
conscious?
being.
Yeah, exactly. But
You
it's
could
the
argue, but you could also argue
Mhm.
that it isn't, that it's just programmed. And that is where, like, the theories of, like, well, how do we.
I think that consciousness is mundane. Personally, I think it's more realistic to take it as mundane, as not something like super divine and all that. But I don't know. I could be wrong, right? It could be divine and all those things, but I don't think so. I think that's something that happens in the universe.
Yeah, I mean,
Not quite
I don't
often.
believe in.
It's probably very rare. It's probably a very rare phenomenon that consciousness happens in a life form. But I think that it happens more than once, right? And they go extinct, and new ones are born all the time. Okay, that is my
Yes.
theory. I'm just making guesses here. Nothing that I'm saying
Obviously,
I'm sure.
obviously.
It's
I
just
mean, none of us truly know. I mean, I
so
will
yeah,
say
like
that a lot of the things kind of like I wasn't paying that much attention.
mhm. But basically that is the argument of Fallout 4,
Mm,
Andreas. It is an interesting plot because it puts into question like what is consciousness and all those things. Like, can robots have a consciousness and self awareness and all those things? I think that yes, but can they be human? No, that is my response. Right? They are not human,
Yeah.
and therefore, because of that, because I make my morality based upon human survival more than anything else. Um, I think that killing sins in Fallout, if those sins are not serving humanity in some way, in some positive way, they should be killed. If those sins are against humanity, they should be fucking destroyed and shit. Those
Then it
androids,
also
right?
depends. Like for example, Nick.
No,
I
yes,
would I would value Nick
me as
above
well. Me
Raider
as well.
number 365.
Yeah,
Even though
yeah.
Raiders 365 is a human, like I
There is a
would.
problem with that, Andres. Though, what if I gave you the argument that this raider reproduces and has a child, right? And the child doesn't turn out like the raider, like Kate, for example. Kate is a good girl at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Kate just wants to be able to be normal, and she was born to fucking raider parents,
Yeah, but
right?
that is
That is the
a
difference.
future thing. Like, if if let's say this Raider 365 doesn't have,
Mm-hmm.
even if they had children, if I had to choose between saving Nick and saving this Raider, I probably would have chose Nick.
Yeah, me as well. At the moment, yes, because the fucking raider will be fucking shooting you and shit. Or maybe if it wasn't shooting you, what do you mean exactly?
Because my character has a more emotional attachment to Nick than this Raider 365.
Ah, well, yeah, yeah, like
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 it's
fucking
it,
bias.
yeah. So that's more
And this
like,
it is normal to develop bias, yeah, as
yeah,
well.
and maybe also because I'm not really like a human, like above everything, especially not when it comes to the video games and stuff like that. Like, I don't really
No,
care about
no,
humanity in like a
but take it
thousand
seriously.
years.
But take it seriously. Take it seriously. What if that was the case? What if it was a real scenario, right? The Fallout 4 one.
I
Will you
probably
really
would
do
have
like
chosen
since?
Nick still if it was a real scenario.
Me too. Me too. Because I know that Nick is useful for humanity. That is the
Not only
thing.
that, like, I don't think. Maybe deep inside me, that is like a reason. It would be more like that. Well, Nick is a friend. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
sure, he's a synth, but he's a friend.
Hmm.
I care more about this individual than I do this random human.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of get what you mean. But you're choosing like an example. Like Nick is so fucking cool, dude. Like he's a good guy, right? It's
Well,
difficult. It's difficult to go against his life, right?
Uh,
well, if it's
His
what?
if it's come to a choice, I will say I'm a logical person when I morality one.
Mhm.
If it comes to a choice.
Because, for example, look, let me give you an example, Andres.
Yeah,
There is also strong. Okay, you can have a super mutant companion, right? In my gameplay that I'm recording, by the way,
yeah.
um, I plan on killing fucking strong. I plan on fucking killing the super mutant because he doesn't show a kind of behavior that is willing to change. He's actually in the game. He's actually using you because you are killing humans because you kill a lot of raiders, right? You're killing competition for him because the super mutants want to do their super mutant army and they want to fucking destroy humanity and make more of them and shit and conquer, right? They are like soldiers without a commander, pretty much.
Yeah, but
Because
doesn't
the
Strong
master is
also kill super mutants? Like,
yes. When you have it as a companion, yes.
yeah.
But
So,
he says that he wouldn't do it. Like if you reach the ending with him, he says that oh, it's very good that you destroy the Institute or the Brotherhood of Steel. Less competition for super mutants, he says,
all
right?
right.
So he's evil. He has his super mutant plan still. He's just using you. You are the foolish one,
Yeah, I mean,
pretty much.
if I were to know that, then I probably would have chosen that super mutant over Strong. I mean, to me, it's a lot about each individual, the individual in question,
So
rather
here's my plan.
than.
Here's my plan. I plan on taking it strong or the super mutant, right? I plan on taking him like at some point in my gameplay to the fucking glowing sea and shit. Probably when I get his fucking companion perk and all that shit when I'm done with his side quest. And I'm going to dismiss him, and when he's not looking, bam, I'm going to fucking blow his fucking head off. And that's it, because that is the moral outcome for humanity. Is the better one for survival, really. So that's it. That is my logic, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that life is worth it, even though he's my ally, and even though I can fall, I can have like an attachment to his character, right? Because I know him more than other super mutants, at least, right? No, but fuck that fucking guy. I'm going to stay consistent, right? I'm going to fucking kill him. And besides, I'm going to join the Brotherhood. And the fucking Brotherhood hates synths and super mutants. Also, the fucking twist, the twist in the story. I don't know if you know, but Paladin dance. Did you know that, by the way? That is spoiler or not, Andreas?
Are you talking about this the Brotherhood guy?
Paladin, yes. Did you know that the dance is a synth and shit?
Yes.
And he doesn't know, right?
Yeah,
He believes that
I
he's
was
human.
about to use that. Like, would you kill Dance?
Mm-hmm. Hell yes, absolutely.
You
He
would?
wants to die as well. He wants to die as well,
Like,
bro.
I
Like,
didn't. I chose to not kill him. Like, I was kind of like.
let me explain to you why. He he's aware that he has done a lot of good and shit, and you can convince him that hey, the Brotherhood is wrong. The Brotherhood is still fucking wrong because you have done a lot of fucking good, bro. Like why do you want to kill yourself? Because if you don't kill him, he chooses to kill himself, right? Like an honor killing and shit. So you can say that that you killed him because those were your orders as a soldier of the Brotherhood. So the thing is, Dance is he has done good shit, but he's a bad thing in concept. Let me explain to you why. Because the fucking guy, he represents the real Dance that did not consent to anything of that shit. He did not consent to a synth replacing him and the synth doing whatever the fuck he wants, even if the synth did good shit with his body.
Yeah, and
right?
the synth itself didn't consent to that either. The synth doesn't know, especially in Dance.
Yes, that is a problem.
Situation.
Yes, I know.
So for me, it would be like, you know what? No, like you are Dance, but you're synth Dance. You know, you dance synth. Yeah, sure, you did replace him, but the
He replaced original Dance, and original Dance he doesn't know what the fuck is happening with his body or his reputation. You know what I mean? He's dead. Yeah.
But
it's like, to me, killing him is like doing, number one, a justice for dead Dance, right?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think so.
Because
And
he
also,
isn't the one who did it.
Well,
to me, that would be like, I'm gonna kill Raider 365's children for what Raider did.
Well, here's the thing, Andres. If I ever got replaced with a fucking android that looks exactly like me or thinks very fucking similar to me and shit, or completely fucking similar to me and shit, if I ever got replaced by that, I would like you to kill that fucking android. Even if you think it's immoral.
I mean, I probably wouldn't. Unless that well, I mean, let's say that android was the one who killed you, then I think the android should face justice. And in the case of androids, that would probably mean destruction. But
yeah,
let's say Peahc, let's say Peahc killed you, and then replaced you with the synth of yourself, basically. I wouldn't kill that synth, and let's say the synth doesn't know. I wouldn't kill that synth. I will be like, that synth isn't you. It looks like you. It might think like you, but it's not you. And the thing is that the experiences that synth has experienced after your death are completely different than what you have experienced. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah, we truly don't, like, I would say it's a completely different individual. It's not a human, obviously, but it's a different individual. And I don't know, like, I don't think I would kill.
It's a different consciousness. But at least you understood my reasoning, right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm doing justice to the dead by doing that. Not every synth is bad, though. Like I told you, like Nick, for example. For example, I prefer the synths that do not lie to themselves or to the public that they are synths. The problem of Dance is that he's so fucking convincing that he didn't knew that he was a synth himself, and he and everyone else around him believes that he's a human as well, right? And the good thing with Nick is that he's outwardly a synth, and everyone knows that he's a synth. They don't like him, and they discriminate him sometimes for that shit. But nobody is fooled by that shit, and he's not fooling himself either. So all good, right?
Yeah, and he has these struggles.
There is not like that fucking barrier of lies.
Yeah, he has like the imposter syndrome as well.
Yeah, kind of. He has the memories supposedly of a pre-war detective in his brain. That's why in his eye. In his eye.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
he
I
believes.
mean, that is who he was supposed to replace, or something like that.
But yeah,
That
I
type
plan
of
on killing
thinking
Danks.
does kind of
I'm
lead
planning.
into, for
Uh,
example,
uh-huh.
I mean, let's say, for example, what do you think? Like, let's say a mass shooter does something. Do you believe that we?
That since life is like more precious
No, no,
than
no.
the
This
life of
this
a
really doesn't
mass
have
shooter.
anything to do with sins, but it is on the topic of respecting the last wish of the dead or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Hmm.
do you think that we should like just execute that person? Like, let's say
Uh,
they
Case on case
commit
basis. I'm not sure.
they
It depends.
commit what they did, and now they're serving their sentence. Like they were caught
I
alive.
sometimes I do agree with killing killers, right? It depends. I agree on the death penalty in some instances, but it depends. Okay, I'm not sure. Like a mass shooter, let's say, like fucking
Yeah, because for me, like I'm against the death penalty in all cases. But there is another person here, so let's see what he thinks. Patcher, what do you think about that? What do you think about the death penalty?
Will never kill a person, but I think I will torture, probably.
All right.
he's religious, so it makes sense.
Yes, I'm a
He's
religion,
being he's being
so I think
consistently
yes.
moral. He has moral consistency with that. Yeah,
Well, at least
you shall not kill and all that.
doesn't believe in the death penalty. But then again, like, would you believe, like, in killing someone? Let's say they are do something blasphemous. Like, isn't there something like? I'll be honest, I have never read the Bible or anything like that. But
No, he's not a Islamic. I don't think that he's like that brutal.
no, no, no.
He,
Obviously, I mean, I assume he's Christian. Like, Russian Orthodox is my.
for yeah. For him to kill another person, I guess that
No, no,
it
no,
must
not
have.
like Patrick. You're not the one who has to kill. But do you agree with the concept of the death penalty? Like,
Mm,
someone gets sentenced to be executed. You don't have to kill them, but they get killed. Like, let's say someone kills someone you care about. Would you advocate for the death penalty for that person?
No, I think I'm not.
All right.
hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
Makes
I
sense.
agree. I wouldn't. And then I guess we have a bit difference. Like, I wouldn't even care. I would not want them to be tortured either. I'm against that as well. But
Like in
you know,
Guantanamo Bay and shit.
yeah, and stuff like that. I don't know. Like,
And I will say about revenge. The revenge is bad. It's only will you will get worse if you always thinking about to revenge someone. It's bad. I
Hmm.
can tell about my personal experience. I only
Hmm.
was like I always felt like shit when I
Hmm.
was thinking about revenge. So
Hmm.
that's it.
yeah,
Yeah,
because it's kind of
it's a
like it
deadly
takes
sin
over
of
your
wrath.
life. It takes over your
Mm.
life, and then everything that you do kind of like has to lead into it. I mean, I guess that goes back to incels, right? Uh,
In a way, yeah. It's jealousy. It's more like jealousy and
Not
shit. But yeah.
necessarily just jealousy, but your life revolves around a single topic, and that it kind of like takes away your enjoyment of other things.
And even your personality,
Yeah,
because it becomes just that wrathful opponent that you fucking hate and shit, and I want to fucking destroy their existence and shit. It's so stupid. You're never going to win, by the way. It's so stupid, and it's so stupid because they hate women so much. But the ironic thing is that they owe their lives to a woman, right? Their mother, and that's one of the things, right?
yeah. And
Whether
I
they
mean, I
hate women or
didn't
not.
really like. I'm sorry, it's, but like I really don't want to talk about incels. I know I'm the one
Yeah.
who mentioned it, but I meant it was more of like a
Okay. Okay.
you know
Okay.
kind of
Anyway,
like
you get what I mean. You get what I mean.
yeah
But yeah, but anyway, to resume, Andreas, my morality, you already know, it's very simple. It's based on sort of the survival of the species. That's it. That is like my main thing.
yeah.
Survival of the species takes priority over fucking everything. That is how my morality works. As of now, it might change. Who knows? Blah blah blah. And that's it. We can. Well, one topic. Just one more topic. Your Pokemon shorts have been doing super well.
Yeah. And I mean, I do plan on maybe releasing like 4 or 5 every Wednesday. That's like the plan.
Yes, I can say about Pokemon Shorts, Andreas. I think it's a great idea from you. It's very effective on YouTube. And I think probably nobody before didn't do shorts about Pokemon serial. But I might be wrong.
Yeah.
Probably somebody else also did them, but they are gaining popularity very fast, for sure. That is true. So yeah, keep doing that, Andreas. It's going to get you more more supporters, and it's good. It's good to have them.
And he's
So yeah,
also, he makes it so that, like, because do you know, Patchy, that Ash is about to leave the show? There's only like 5 or 6 more episodes of him, and then he's gone.
Watching this serial in my childhood, but I'm not watching this serial now. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is that there's only 5 more episodes of this guy, and then there's gonna be a new protagonist, which that's kind of like the reason why I decided to do the shorts. And to me, this is kind of like, oh man, like Ash is about to leave. I've been wanting him to leave for like, I don't know, like 10 years now. But kind
you
of been
overstayed
like,
his welcome.
yeah,
Yeah, because the only generations that he really needed was fucking Kanto and Yoto, right? Like the season 1 and season 2, I guess, and that's it.
no,
Maybe like
I would argue up until season 4.
I
Not
think he
season
could-
4, generation 4, up to Sinnoh. Because I think Sinnoh is just so good. And it does a lot for Ash's character. Yeah, that is the one he should have won, and then that should have been it for Ash.
and then maybe see him like maybe do a time skip, right, of 10 years and see another young trainer and they meet Ash. I mean, he's a fucking experienced fucking Elite Four or some shit like that, right? It
Yeah,
would be so fucking dope to see something like that.
yeah, but
Like Red, like it happens with Red in the game, right?
yeah,
It will be cool.
but you know, like we'll see what happens. I mean, I will say this last 11 episode thing that they're doing, like aim to be a Pokemon master. So far, oh man, a huge disappointment. The first episode was really good, but episode 2, 3, and 4 have been really bad. And I have a conspiracy theory about it. I think that they made Journeys and this show that they're doing now bad on purpose, so that
Makes no sense, but okay.
so that you would have a bad opinion about the Ash show. So when they release these new characters, people will be more open to them.
Yeah,
Because
I
they
get
will
what
have
you
a
mean.
bad experience with Ash, and they will be like, these guys, at
Replace
least
him,
they're
yeah.
better than Ash.
Yeah. I get what
So
you
I
mean.
feel like they're prepping us that way, to make it so that we don't have the best experience with Ash.
Yeah.
that the last memories we have of Ash are negative, so that we will be
No,
lower. I mean,
I don't think that is. I don't think
that
that it's
probably
convenient to
isn't the case.
bastardize. Yeah, I don't think that it's convenient to bastardize a really a legacy character, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that is the
Yeah.
actual reasons, but I mean, I wouldn't
But
be
yeah,
surprised, because the way it's going is like, Jesus Christ. You
Anyway,
have an 11 episode season, and so far 3 out of 4 episodes have been filler.
yeah, Jesus throwing the tables of the
Yeah.
merchants. Yeah. Yo, do you guys want to cut the podcast here? Because we already covered everything. And we already had the philosophical talk about consciousness and sins and all that shit, and
Yeah.
that was very interesting.
Unless, Patchy, you sent a message. Is that something you know, the first thing you sent about lending and stuff like that? Is that something?
No, I just wanted to talk about this.
Yeah, but
Like-
I didn't really understand what you meant. Do you want to
It's
explain?
like does he mean like usuri? Usuri or something like that?
No, I already wrote. I will not explain. I mean,
Okay.
I see no point in this.
Okay.
No, yeah. We already wasted all the topics anyway. But yeah, I agree. Greed is bad, yes. I agree. It's
Yeah.
they say
Yeah.
that it's the root of all evil, but Sometimes
don't
it
know.
can be
Like,
good, but like
was it about
yeah.
greed? The message you sent? Because the thing is that I didn't understand what you were saying. So-
Yes, about greediness. In people, it is a common thing.
Hmm. Yeah. Especially the people that Kane West talks about. Especially those.
I mean, everybody are greedy in
No,
some,
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
some
for
way.
sure. Yeah, yeah. But the people that Jesus is against in there, those people do have like a long family line in America. So so yeah. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like just thank you guys for watching this podcast. We'll see how editing it will work. Yeah, I mean, do you guys want to say goodbye?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like it was a pleasure, Andres. Like you already know, you always have me available for these things. What about you, Patsy? Like was it like fun for you?
Touch.
Patsy,
Hello?
he probably got called by his family or something.
Yeah, or he got like those connection problems or something. Anyways,
Well,
thank you
yeah.
for. Oh,
I'm okay. I'm just listening.
So if you want to say goodbye, Patsy, because we're closing off this. It's already been like 2 hours.
It's all right. Goodbye, everyone. Have fun.
Thank you for being here, Patsy. It was interesting to see your perspective on morality and all that. It was very interesting.